Throughout the entirety of recorded history, there have been concerning claims that a secretive group of influential figures have been controlling the world from behind the scenes. Allegedly, this secret society seeks to establish a new world order, a global government with unwavering control over every facet of human existence. While various names like Illuminati, Freemasons, Bilderberg Group, Skull and Bones, and Knights Templar have been associated with this clandestine organization, its true identity continues to remain elusive to most. Some intriguing theories propose that the figureheads of these shadowy puppeteers are not even of human origin, but are in fact ancient gods, such as those depicted in religious scriptures like the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. Could it be that these divine beings, which we refer to as the Anunna or the Anunnaki, are still actively shaping our world from the shadows? Researchers suggest that this hidden society traces its roots back to the dawn of recorded history, originating in ancient mystery schools such as the Brotherhood of the Snake, founded in ancient Mesopotamia several millennia before the current era. This clandestine group allegedly orchestrates political movements, engineers economic shifts, and molds society according to their enigmatic agenda. With unparalleled resources, vast social and political networks, and a deep understanding of human behavior, they maneuver behind the scenes, ensuring that their desired outcomes are achieved without detection. From geopolitical power struggles to economic systems and cultural transformations, they wield their influence across every domain of society by creating, controlling, infiltrating, and influencing groups such as NATO, the World Health Organization, and the World Banking Institution. Could it be true that these ancient gods, first written about in the Abrahamic religious scriptures, are actually still present on Earth today? Are the Anunnaki still influencing our world, pulling their political and economical strings from behind the scenes to create and manipulate events which only benefit themselves and their followers, whilst keeping the vast majority of the population in the dark? July 25, 1990. The fifth president of Iraq, Saddam Hussein, secretly meets with senior army officials at the Iraqi embassy in the capital city of Kuwait. After listing his demands, Saddam's proposals are swiftly refused by the Kuwaiti officials, resulting in the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait that led to the Persian Gulf War. Just as in biblical times, prior to the invasion on August 2, 1990, Saddam claimed the attack came from express instructions from the heavens.
May God be my witness, that it is the Lord who wanted what happened to happen. This decision we received was almost ready-made from God. Our role in the decision was almost zero.
During the broadcast of a BBC documentary in October of 2005, Nabil Shath, former acting Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister for the Palestinian government, recalled how President Bush, the 43rd President of the United States of America, had told him a similar statement to that of Saddam's.
I'm driven with a mission from God. God would tell me, George, go and fight those terrorists in Afghanistan. And I did. And then God would tell me, George, go and end the tyranny in Iraq. And I did.
These two statements raise an intriguing question. Is it possible for God to support opposing sides of a war? Both Bush and Saddam claimed to be acting on the orders of their gods, yet their actions led to a bloody conflict that lasted for nearly a decade. But what if we explore an alternative perspective by considering these statements at face value? What if the claims made by George Bush and Saddam Hussein about receiving explicit instructions from divine beings were indeed true? Imagine a scenario where the warring factions genuinely believed that gods, according to their respective faiths, directly sanctioned their military quests, similar to how prophets received instructions within the Bible. To delve deeper into this notion, it is essential to recognize that the concept of God in the Bible encompasses multiple deities rather than a single entity. We have already established that these Abrahamic gods are known as the Anunna, with ancient texts tracing their origins to the very land where the Persian Gulf War unfolded, Iraq. Could it be that the underlying power struggle runs much deeper than what meets the eye? Perhaps at its core, it represented a clash between two prominent ancient Anunnaki gods, such as Enki versus Enlil, the two sons of Anu, who have a long history of rivalry, as highlighted in the numerous surviving ancient cuneiform tablets of the region. Alternatively, the conflict may even involve the younger generation of gods, such as Marduk versus Ninurta, the sons of Enki and Enlil, who also have a history of conflict due to an ongoing power struggle to become the chief deity of planet Earth. One significant challenge arises when contemplating the possibility that ancient Mesopotamian gods could be involved in present-day conflicts, that being the time frames. The Anunnaki Gods, for instance, were last mentioned during the Neo-Babylonian period around the first millennium BCE. If we accept their existence during that time, it would mean that these deities would be at least 3,000 years old. Such extensive ages may initially seem impossible, but intriguingly, there exists evidence suggesting that the ancient gods were capable of living for thousands of years. The Sumerian king list, such as the one displayed at the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, England, is an ancient document that lists the rulers of Sumer, the ancient civilization that flourished in Mesopotamia from around 3,500 to 2000 BCE. The list contains the names of 8 kings who ruled before the Great Biblical Flood, and 17 kings who ruled after the flood, with their names being listed in order of succession. The reigns of the kings who ruled after the flood are rather standard, ranging from 100 years to 120 years. But what makes this artifact so extraordinary is the lengths of time that the 9 antediluvian kings ruled for. These dates range from an incredible 18,600 years to 43,200 years, suggesting that the first rulers of ancient Mesopotamia had extensive supernatural lifelines, which we can assume would be reflected in the pantheon of main gods such as Anu, Enlil, Enki, Ishtar, Marduk, and Ninurta. Is it possible that these ancient Mesopotamian gods, with their seemingly eternal existence, not only dwelled in biblical times, but continue to walk among us to this very day? According to some researchers, the answer to this question is a resounding yes. When asked if the Anunnaki are still present on Earth today, Brooks Agnew, an electrical engineer and doctor of physics, says,
"We believe that one is in Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado. We believe that one is in Antarctica and has some kind of compound there. And the other 2, one is in Europe, probably in Brussels or the Netherlands, and the other one is in Asia."
New York Times best-selling author Mike Barra had the following to say about the late biblical scholar and ancient alien theorist Zecharia Sitchin.
I have a friend who knew Sitchin extremely well, and I talked to him about it, and I said, "Look, what can you tell me about this book?" And what he told me, and I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but I'm going to say it anyway, is that at the end, Sitchin was not getting his information from the clay tablets and cylinder seals, but that he was getting it directly from the Anunnaki.
Should these assertions prove to be true, one must grapple with the astonishing possibility that the Anunnaki gods of antiquity not only dwell upon our planet, but have chosen to conceal themselves within underground military bases such as those in Antarctica and Cheyenne Mountain. Moreover, an even more bewildering notion arises. Could it be that these ancient gods engage in direct communication with select individuals? The implications of such a revelation would be nothing short of mind-boggling. If these are indeed the same beings who exert influence over wars, are the leaders of secret organizations, and orchestrate deceptive false flag events in the pursuit of complete dominion over Earth, the very fabric of our understanding would be forever altered, as the veil of secrecy surrounding these gods is lifted, exposing a reality far more complex and bewildering than we ever dared to imagine. As we contemplate this world-changing scenario, one cannot help wonder, what exactly do these enigmatic gods look like?